Good Wednesday evening, South Carolina Weather Watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Jesse Peterson, and let's go in and talk about the weather for your Wednesday evening going into the future. We have some stuff that we are going to go on and talk about tonight, but before we even get into that, it is Wednesday evening, and you know exactly what that means. We are halfway through the work week. Yes, halfway through. Just have Thursday and Friday left to go, and we will be there towards the end. That and what's on tap for tonight? Well, we will be talking about a bit of a warming trend that accelerates Thursday through Friday. Also, a mostly dry cold or a little backdoor cold front moves through late Friday night into Saturday. We're also going to talk about cooler and drier air follows after the cold front from the weekend, and elevated to critical fire weather conditions increase as we go into Saturday, potentially even Sunday as well. If you have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. We have around a good let's see, 3 people here and only 2 likes, so go hit the like button. Also, make sure you go and hit the subscribe button if you're new. We're at 724, trying to get to 800. Share with your friends, your family members, your acquaintances, people that you don't even talk to, because it's free and you can change your mind at any time. So let's go on and see what's currently going on. Well, right now, nice and dry throughout the state. Don't have anything going on right now throughout the entire state of South Carolina. But if we scroll our way out, see what's going on throughout the entire U.S., we do in fact have some rainfall going on throughout a good amount of the U.S. We have some rainfall down here in Florida, rainfall in Illinois, Indiana, as well as over here in New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, even some snowfall in the northern areas. But for the most part, mainly rain. Rainfall going on in eastern Michigan, Minnesota, over here in Montana, the Rockies, the Dakotas, over in Nevada, Colorado, Wyoming, Nebraska, and even a mix of some rain and some high elevation snow in the Pacific Northwest. Now, in terms of your cloud cover for the most part seems to be mostly cloudy right now. I mean, we do have some cloud cover in the upstate, going on in the Midlands, going on a bit in the Low Country PD, Grand Strand. Every region right now is seeing some cloud cover, but for right now, it looks like that it is mainly cloudy. Now, there are definitely some clear spots. I mean, I see over near Columbia some clear spots in the Low Country, Grand Strand, PD areas. I definitely can see some clear spots. But if we go and look at this cloud cover for the future, we want to push this through all the way to 11 p.m., going all the way to 1 o'clock in the morning. As we just go in and push this way forward, you can definitely see this cloud cover activity kind of just trying to stay, but it's not taking over the entire state. Look at tomorrow afternoon. I mean, tomorrow afternoon definitely trying to clear out a little bit as you go into 1 p.m. Now, if we go all the way back towards the 18Z real quick, and we go all the way through into the afternoon, 4 o'clock p.m. on Thursday, some cloud cover here and there, but for the most part, mostly clear. I mean, we may even see some widespread clear conditions as we go into tomorrow evening, going into tomorrow night. So, looking very good. We're going to continue our way through tomorrow night, going into Friday morning. Cloud cover builds, but maybe that might be some fog cover, maybe Friday morning. I mean, we'll see what happens there. But some more cloud cover from the upstate may try to move its way through. But look at just how nice it's going to be on Friday. Friday, very nice. As we go around, here's 2 p.m. Now, in terms of our current temperatures right now, we have 59 in Somerville, 59 in Charleston as well, 62 in Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, 59 Orangeburg, and 57 in Georgetown, 58 Merle's Inland, and 57 inside of Myrtle Beach, Conway, Sumter, 59 Columbia, and 57 in Newberry, Greenwood, Lawrence, Anderson, as well as 58 in Clemson, 56 Greenville, Spartanburg, as well as Gaffney, 55 York, Rock Hill, 56 Lancaster, 58 Lugoff, Hartsville, Florence, and Bennettsville. Now, for your air quality for tonight, it looks like that we are a bit inside the moderate area, You can see a moderate over there from Spartanburg down through Greenwood, Augusta, over into Hilton Head Island, Beaufort, and maybe the western upstate as well. But everybody else, good. Greenville, good. Anderson, good. And we're not really seeing anything else too crazy. Nothing like for the unhealthy, very unhealthy, hazardous, nothing like that. Low temperatures for tonight, you have around 49 in Greenville, 49 in Spartanburg, as well as Lawrence, 48 Rock Hill, and 50 inside of Newberry, 52 in Winsboro, and 53 in Columbia, 51 Camden, and 53. Sumter, Orangeburg, 51 in Walterboro, and even 51 in Moncks Corner, 56. Charleston, and 52 in Georgetown, 53. Myrtle Beach, and 59 in Hilton Head Island. Now for your high temperatures for tomorrow, 79. Greenville, Spartanburg, 78. Rock Hill, 79. Anderson, 80. In Greenwood, Newbury, Camden, Sumter, Florence, Orangeburg, Moncks Corner, Walterboro, 81 in Columbia, 79 in Dillon, 70 Myrtle Beach, 75 from Hilton Head Island all the way through Charleston and Georgetown. Now for your rainfall for tonight, going into tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening, in terms of accumulation, no rainfall is expected, so you don't need that rain gear with you as it's just not really going to be a necessity. Now as we go into the crazy score, if you have no idea what the crazy score is, it is a score that we see how crazy the weather is throughout the entire state of South Carolina, and right now we are at a 12. Why? Well, number one, it's going to be clearing a little bit, in terms of that cloud cover activity. It's still going to be kind of partly to mostly cloudy still a little bit, but definitely as we go into tomorrow, it'll start to clear out a lot. For the most part, lows are going to be pretty moderate, 40s and 50s. Light winds, nothing too crazy, dry. Maybe a little bit of a patchy fog risk, some patchy fog possible after midnight, mainly in the coastal and the southern low country areas. And especially with higher humidity, lighter winds, that's possible. Now for the SPC outlook for tonight, tomorrow, thunderstorms not expected. Friday comes along though, and you see a little bit of a thunderstorm risk. The ingredients are starting to get a little bit up as you go up there for near like Rock Hill, over in the eastern PD and Grand Strand area. So we'll see what happens there. Myrtle Beach is included, going on inside of Conway as well. Now in terms of our excessive rainfall outlook, we're not seeing anything here as well, so I think that we are all good in terms of severe weather and excessive rainfall. In fact, I know that we are all good in terms of excessive rainfall and severe weather. Now, if we go in and look at fire weather, we're good for tonight. We're good for tonight, going into tomorrow, Friday. Everything's looking good. But I will say, as we go into Saturday, which I know as soon as I go in and do this, it's not going to work. But Saturday, we also have a little bit of a fire risk. So it's around a 40 to a 69% chance on Friday. Includes all the upstate, Midlands, parts of the PD areas as well. It's just the SPC outlook is taking 15 years to load, and I can't get it to appear up on the screen. There we go. All right, here we go. So here's the one for Saturday. And you can see for sure, going out throughout the entire upstate, Midlands, parts of the PD, a little bit of the northern low country is included in there as well. So this is there for Saturday. So make sure that if you don't have to burn anything on Saturday, please don't. Not worth it at this point. And we don't want any fires to start. We don't want any wildfires to start or anything like that. Now, in terms of our models, because obviously that being a big model of interest for tonight. I hope somebody got that joke at least. But anyways, as we go on and push this forward, that goes all the way through 9 o'clock p.m. We go on and push this forward, and you can see a little bit of rainfall activity go through around 10 o'clock p.m., 11 o'clock p.m. And then as you continue to move your way through, you don't really see too much going on. Even as you go into the afternoon time frame, still dry. And so I think that we will continue just this tame and dry condition, not only as we move throughout the next 18 hours or so, but if we continue throughout the next 48 hours. Let's go on and check it out. So we go on and push this forward all the way through Thursday afternoon, going into Thursday night, Friday morning, Friday afternoon, nice and dry. So nothing to see here. Now, in terms of our long-term future, seems like for right now, same thing, moving through Friday. Saturday comes along, going into Sunday. This weekend looking very nice. Maybe seeing some isolated shower activity a little bit, as you go into Sunday night, Monday morning. But again, I'm not seeing anything crazy on here. In fact, it's looking mostly dry all throughout next week, which is not great for the drought, but definitely good if you have stuff that you have to do outside next week. Rainfall will be coming through, though, as you go into the end of next week. This seems right like Friday at around 2 o'clock p.m. And if you go in and push this forward even more, there goes a pretty interesting system that we're going to have to watch out for. This may be a severe weather system. This may be maybe just like an excessive rainfall system. You know, it's 228 hours out, so things will definitely change. But we are watching for this. We are watching for this little system as we move into not this weekend, but next weekend into April. So that gets out, and then for the most part, nothing else really too much to worry about or to even watch for. So let's go in and look at the European model. I do want to see what the European model has to say. So we're going to start off here at the 12Z, and for the most part, European model actually has something maybe trying to go on Saturday, but nothing crazy. And even as you move on throughout, I mean, same thing, mostly dry conditions. You will see some rainfall here and there, but the main system doesn't move through until possibly this weekend, going even into early next week, or not early next week, but early the week after next week. That's when the European model has the system moving through, so they're a bit off by around like a day or so. But both of them still show tame conditions. Now, what about 4-hour temperatures? Well, temperatures are honestly the main headlines right now. Precipitation, severe weather, excessive rainfall. Not really the big thing. Not really the big thing. And if you go back to what's on tap, I said cooler and drier air follows the front this weekend, and a cold front moves through late Friday night into Saturday. So let's check it out. We're going to start off here Thursday, 8 o'clock in the morning. Obviously we're having fun out in the sun, 80 degrees as we go into Thursday, Friday. We're talking about some very warm conditions as we move into Friday. I mean, we're talking about 80s. And when I say 80s, I mean like mid, maybe even upper 80s on Friday. So definitely having a good time in the sun as we go into Friday. But then obviously the cold front moves its way through. As it moves through, as you go in there around Friday evening, Friday night, Saturday morning, there it goes. And we are right back to being below average going into Monday. But then Monday comes along and things start to seem a little bit better. Tuesday moves in, and then now we're actually looking 5 to 10 degrees above average moving into Wednesday, moving into Thursday now as well. And things just look a lot better. Friday even comes along of next week. But watch this. The same pattern again as we go into the week after next weekend, or the weekend after next weekend. You can start to see some more cold air coming through as you go into April the 4th here. And it just kind of stays for a little bit. So this pattern is kind of just, again, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But it seems like during the week, it wants to try to stay warm. Weekend, cool down. During the week, warming up. During the weekend, cooling down. Now, as we go into the actual temperatures and we look at it, well, we go all the way into Friday, or Thursday, excuse me, and we're all up into the 80s. Friday comes along, obviously I said most of us mid to maybe even some of us upper 80s. It's going to be very, very nice on Friday, and even tomorrow as well. Both days going to be nice. But then, dry front moves through, we get cooler conditions, but we still may see highs on Saturday in the 60s, maybe even some 70s. Sunday comes along, high temperatures getting up into the 60s and 70s again. Then Monday, 60s, 70s, and that kind of just stays around until we get into Tuesday of next week. 80s comes around. Wednesday, some more 80s. Thursday, more 80s. And we just get 80s as we get more and more and more throughout the week next week until another cold air blast moves its way through going into next weekend, bringing our temperatures back down into the low 40s. And so that's all that I really have to say in terms of our temperatures. And honestly, nothing else for me to really say. Just going to be changing back and forth in terms of temperatures. And during the week, going to be trying to warm up. During the weekend, cooling down. So let's go on and talk with the audience. I do not believe that there was any earthquakes that occurred today. Let me go on and get that out. Yeah, no earthquakes that occurred in South Carolina today. This one was on the 19th. So that one's about to go off the map. But let's go and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us here at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off, my Aunt Lula was here first. She says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Hopefully everyone enjoyed their day. I did. Today in Georgetown, it was bearable weather. Today, the high was around 63 degrees. Well, thank you so much for that weather report for where you are. Glad to hear that it was good over there and it was actually bearable. My Nana says, hello, Jay. A sort of nice day after all. I did a little work in the yard after everyone left. Well, thank you so much for that weather update. I'm glad that you're able to get some work done outside. And then Mr. Chris also says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. I hope everyone had a good day. Well, I did. Thank you so much for asking. Mr. Chris says, was a little warmer, got to around 67. And I'm currently at around 55 over there in Georgetown. And the high was 67 over there in Monk Corner. Well, at my house, currently it's 60. High temperature for today was 70. Mr. Chris says, currently it's 61 in Monk's Corner. And then my Nana says, I am hoping that tomorrow is nice. Tomorrow is going to be very nice. Same thing with Friday. And then Mr. Chris says, I'm praying for some rain. Yeah, we definitely do need the rainfall. Definitely do need the rainfall. Drought is ongoing. And also, drought monitor prediction, that is tomorrow. So make sure that you're there for that if you want to participate in that. See if you can win tomorrow. But, yeah, we definitely do need the rainfall, especially up there in the upstate. Upstate needs it a lot. A lot over there in southern Greenville counties. You know, parts of Spartanburg, parts of Anderson, Abbeville, Greenwood, Cherokee, Union, you know. A lot of these areas need rainfall badly, but just because, you know, they have the highest, other areas definitely do need it too. Low Country, Grand Strand areas, up in the PD areas, and even a little bit of the Midlands as well. Even the tan areas need it. Now, continue our way down. Mr. Chris says, please remember to go hit the like button and the subscribe button. Also, share with everyone that you know. It's free. Helps the channel grow. Absolutely. Right now, we have around a good 14 people tuned in and only 6 likes. If you are a part of that group of 8 that have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. It's free, and you can change your mind at any time. Milo says, I did not spend too much time outside, but when I did, it was a little bit chilly. It was a little bit chilly where I was today as well, but it did kind of warm up a little bit as you went into, like, the afternoon, obviously. Dad says, good evening, just from the 360 Weather Family. I trust all is well with everyone. Mr. Anthony says, good evening to you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Dad says, it was just another gorgeous day here in San Antonio. I just wish the yellow stuff would go away. We got up to 88 today, which was nice, with a breeze passing through. Well, thank you so much for that weather report. And yeah, that pollen, you know, I know yesterday you said that it was starting up, and I said that South Carolina, you know, we're starting to end. But y'all still have to go through it, so hopefully it will go away pretty soon. Mona Lewis says, looking forward to the warm-up. Yes, I am. And then Miss Chris says, yes, I am tired of this cold. Well, yeah, obviously it will be warming up for sure tomorrow. Then we got to get through this weekend with this cold air. And then Monday, Tuesday, especially Tuesday, is going to come along, warm up a whole bunch. And then Thad says tonight's lows will be around 68. We woke up to clear skies, enjoyed it all day. Well, I'm glad to hear that. And that's all that I can see. So if you want to go in and put something inside the chat, you can. You have to be a subscriber, though, because if you're not a subscriber, you can't type. So let's go on and talk about the 4 locations outside of South Carolina. You might be asking, 4 locations outside of South Carolina, what am I talking about? I'm talking about San Antonio, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The reason why we talk about these 4 areas is because we have people from these areas who tune in almost nightly. And because they tune in almost nightly, we go in and give them their forecast for them. Even though South Carolina is not even their main location, they still tune in. So we're going to start off with San Antonio first. Low temperatures tonight at 66. High temperatures for tomorrow at 90. And then low temperatures tomorrow night at 64. Precipitation, not expected at this time. So you don't have to worry about that. And then in terms of your future, I mean, really, you're going to stay the same in the 90s until this weekend. You'll cool down a little bit. But then don't worry. Monday, you know, Tuesday, you'll be right back up into the 90s. So nothing crazy there. We'll also be a bit breezy as well. You know, breezy tonight, tomorrow, Thursday night. I mean, it's going to be breezy like all the way through until like this weekend. So wind gusts up to 20, 25 miles per hour possible for like the next, honestly, it's around 24, 48, 72, 96. Possibly like close to around 96 hours or so. Maybe a bit more. Then for Raleigh, North Carolina, you have low temperatures tonight at 50, high temperatures for tomorrow at 78, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 61. Precipitation, not expected at this time. Now, in terms of your severe weather, excessive rainfall, nothing for you. San Antonio also had nothing as well. But you will have a chance of rainfall Friday night, you know, around only like a 60% chance, and for the most part, maybe be a bit breezy. That's about it, though. Tomorrow, you're also going to have gusts of up to 21 miles per hour, but again, nothing too crazy. Temperature, they're going to get to around 89 on Friday, 58 on Saturday, 61 on Sunday. So your temperatures are going to drop, but they're going to rise back up pretty quickly. For Philadelphia, you have low temperatures tonight at 45, high temperature for tomorrow at 74, and low temperatures tomorrow night at 57. No precipitation is expected until tomorrow night. Showers are expected. You have an 80% chance of rainfall tomorrow night and Friday during the day. And then in terms of your severe weather, excessive rainfall, nothing for you. In terms of your future, in terms of precipitation, Friday night. And then potentially as you go into next week, midweek, so Tuesday, Wednesday, 30-40% chance of rainfall already there for you. Temperatures are also going to be dropping as you go into Friday, 59 for your high, 45 for your high temperature on Saturday. And we're even talking about some freezing temperatures Friday night and Saturday night as well. So make sure that you are prepared for that. And then finally for Duncan, Oklahoma, you have low temperatures tonight at 63, high temperatures for tomorrow at 92, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 55. Precipitation not expected. It will be breezy tomorrow. In fact, you have a red flag warning out for tomorrow for 35 mile per hour wind gusts tomorrow. And Friday, you're going to have wind gusts of up to 45. So 35 on Thursday, 45 on Friday. Severe weather, precipitation, excessive rainfall is not really expected, but you do have a little bit of a fire risk on Friday, maybe on Thursday, tomorrow, but Friday for sure. So don't burn anything tomorrow or Friday if you don't have to. In terms of your future, in terms of precipitation, you will be dropping, obviously, high 60s on Friday, 64 on Saturday, but then you're going to get right back up into those 80s again as you get into Sunday, going into Monday, and Tuesday. And that's all for the 4 areas. So, again, we got through them pretty quick. Not too much to really talk about there, except for maybe some fire weather for Duncan, and then obviously a cool down for all 4 areas. But precipitation, pretty slim, except for Philadelphia. So what's going on throughout the entire U.S. weather news-wise? Well, that includes South Carolina and other areas in the U.S. Strong winds and low humidity will create elevated to critical fire weather conditions across the southern plains on Thursday. Strong to severe thunderstorms are also forecasted in the Ohio Valley late Thursday into Friday morning, with the strongest storms capable of producing very large hail, damaging winds, and a few tornadoes. There also will be some dense fog down there in Louisiana, some frost, potentially possible over here in northern, more western California. And for the most part, I think that's about it. But yeah, I think the main thing that people's attention are on is for tomorrow's severe weather event. If you know anybody in these areas, definitely let them know. Let me go in and pull this up real quick, the SPC outlook, and see if I can get some specific areas. You have the level 3 out of 5, which is the area who could potentially get the most severe weather. Chicago's in there, Fort Wayne is in there, Aurora's in there, Naperville's in there, Joliet's in there, and then Peoria is also in there. But a lot of those are Illinois location, but Indiana's definitely included, even Western Ohio. And then inside the level 2 out of 5, that's Indianapolis, Columbus, Cleveland, Toledo's included in there, Springfield, Illinois is included in there. And then in the marginal risk, which is the area that is kind of the level 1 out of 5, Detroit, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and Warren, Michigan. So, again, anybody in those areas, just let them know to be aware of severe weather tomorrow, going into tomorrow night and Friday morning. But that's all. Let me check out the chat one more time. I don't see anything else here. Top fans of the night for tonight. Honestly, it was a pretty back and forth competition between my Nana, my Aunt Lula, and then Mr. Chris, and then Thad. So let's go ahead and check them out real quick. Counting them up, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7. That's 8. That's 9, 10. Then I see right here around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, tie. Okay. Then I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So very, very close. But my Aunt Lula and Mr. Chris tied. So my Aunt Lula is actually going to win for tonight because she was here first. So she gets it. Miss Chris at number 2, and then Thad is at number 3. So congratulations to the 3 of y'all for being the top fans of the night for tonight. If you want to be a part of the top fans, you can by joining us here at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, being active and early, because as you saw tonight, being early helps you get to that top. If you have a tie, well, whoever was there first gets it. So that's all that I have to say there. And let's go on and give them 3 a round of applause. But that's all that I have. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow morning for your Thursday morning forecast update. Also tomorrow evening for your Thursday evening forecast update. We will be here talking about the drought monitor, and we're halfway through the week. Let's just get through Thursday and Friday, and we will be at the weekend. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. And make sure you hit those 2 buttons before you leave.